Hi, I guess it's working now. Yeah, I had to go back out and come back in. But welcome to Boxing Fans Talks TV. I'm your host, T to T. I got to say, today is a good day. I was very happy about something I read today concerning boxing. And, what I wind up doing is I cut on some music and cut a jig like back in the day. I listen, of course, I'm from Virginia, so we as the fans got together and put that pressure on the WBA.
Work out,
We told
DJ.
him,
You
you
gotta
have to,
stop.
gotta start somewhere. Gotta start somewhere. We told him, you gotta start. You gotta do something about this past fight. Lou Dub is in the building. Salute. So I was reading a article today, and as you saw in my caption, they finally got her ass. I wasn't brave enough to put the word ass, so the three stars or asterisk, that's what they meant. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of reading because I took notes. Like I said, I could be all over the place, so I try to stick to the script. But anyway, the WBA judge Gloria Martino Rizzo is suspended over her controversial score that she gave on the fight between Maestri versus Fox. Let me repeat that. The WBA judge, Gloria Rizzo, has been suspended over her controversial score over the Fox versus Maestri fight that took place this past Saturday. Gilberto, these crazy names, but Gilberto Mendoza is the president of the WBA sanctioning belt. He told this to ESPN that he was suspending her for 6 months following her controversial decision. And he did see the tweets. He related that to the ESPN. Um, he saw her tweets, and it was mentioned as one of the reasons why he suspended her. So see, fan pressure, fan pressure does work. We all got together. Fans, it don't matter which set you claim. If you're a fan of boxing, then you didn't like that score. You didn't like that robbery. So we all got together and we put that pressure. We talked about it. I talked about it. Several other platforms talked about it. And we all on one accord. That was a robbery. Uh, they were set to meet today. I don't know what time, but they were set to meet today in Miami to discuss discipline actions and maybe permanently being expelled from judging fights sanctioned by the WBA. How about that? How about that? Willie Beecham, welcome, salute. Thank you for joining. So she was suspended. They met today to discuss whether other disciplinary action is going to be taking place or whether she's going to be permanently suspended or expelled. And that meeting took place today. They never said what time, and it was in Miami. So I guess he's taking it seriously. So our pressure work is not a lot, but it's a start. It's a start. Mendoza, who is the president of the WBA sanctioning body, Mendoza confirmed to ESPN that her Twitter was real and it was hers, and it did display racism. So that and her judgment of the fight together is why she is suspended. So kudos to the fans and anyone else who applied that pressure to get something done. Because we were all sitting here thinking that nothing was going to be done. And something got done. So we have to be happy about that. I'm going to talk about some other things that they decided. I'm not all the way happy because our goal was shouldn't be no rematch. You should just give the actual winner his reward, which is the victory. Shouldn't be talking about no rematch. Anybody trying to hear that? But I don't know if ESPN has even mentioned it, but it was told to him, or I say him, but whoever's at ESPN, it was relayed to them by Mendoza. So I don't watch ESPN, so I don't know if they even mention it in their news show or whatever. I don't know. But if they didn't, that's sad on their part. But Mendoza did relay to them that that was a problem. So Mendoza said we saw those racist comments, and he basically said she'll be expelled. She might be expelled. Um, the other two judges shouldn't get off the hook neither because it was ruled a a unanimous decision, and so the other two judges are culpable as well. Their names are John Mariano. He scored the fight 115 to 112. I don't know what fight he was looking at. And David Singh. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Um, he scored about 114 to 113. It was nothing close about that fight. It was a blowout. That's what it was. And so they're the other judges, and we'll have to get to them later. But I mentioned the other day in my previous videos that that they should start only hiring judges after a background check was done on them. That way they don't have to look stupid. A simple background check would have told you that this woman was racist. And if you're gonna hire people who are racist, make sure you only serve their kind. If you doing anything in the public, I don't care what your business is, if you have to serve people of different races, then if you're a racist, you shouldn't be allowed in that job. Or you should have a job where you work in solitary, you know what I'm saying? But this they getting at her. So Maestri, this is what tripped me out. Maestri actually has a close relationship with Mendoza, the president of the WBA sanctioning body. He actually had they are close, they're friends, and they're both from Venezuela. And the home base of the WBA is Venezuela. So what does that say about this whole setup? What it tells me, and I'm speculating here, is that everybody was in the fix. If this fight had never been shown on TV, maybe Fox's um, complaints would have fell on deaf ears. But because it was shown on national TV for the world to see, everybody's complaining. And if it, like I said, if it wasn't, you think Mendoza would have did what he's doing now? I don't know, because I feel like they all were in on it, and I do not let Maestri off the hook because he walked into that ring with tampered gloves, or they was trying to cheat. Tampered, he might not have taken the cushion out, but he damn sure, wrapped them gloves wrong, and there was no signature on it. So he knew that as he was walking in. I don't play this shit about he's from another country, so I don't know, they might do things differently. Not fuck that. No. You know, because you're in a sport where you compete worldwide. So you already knew what time it was when you walked into that ring and your ass got caught. But I give it to him. He's definitely have a poker face. Because I was looking at his face the whole time when they was, fiddling around with the tape. And he definitely had that look like, I don't know what's going on. But you knew. You knew. I don't care what anybody said. But the fact that they have a closer relationship, isn't that something? Every day that passes, we learn something more. But I feel good because as fans, we collectively complain. And now something is getting done. It might not be the best, but it's something. It's somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Got to start somewhere. Um, I said Mendoza is also from Venezuela with the WBA home base is there. Um, Now, the fight cannot be turned over or overturned um, only by the commissioner. Like the commission is the only one who can overturn this fight, and they need to do so. And the reason why I bring that up is because apparently Minnesota Office of Combative Sport was talking with somebody because they had to refer people back to the commission, and they said that they could do something, um, and that was their answer. But Minnesota Office of Combative Sports actually talked with ESPN. I don't know to the extent or who they talked to, but they definitely sent a statement saying that the Minnesota Office of Combative Sport has a grievance procedure. So if Fox is listening or anybody is able to get in touch with him, maybe he already know this, but Minnesota Office of Combative Sport has a grievance procedure that maybe Fox and his team have to apply and fill out. And grievances do get handled and answered, especially if it's like on the government level. And since this is Minnesota's Office of Combative Sports, that's it's not the United States government, but it is a government kind of ran entity. So somebody should go over there and fill out a grievance. The grievance may take time to be answered, like anything in the government, it takes time to be answered, but the answer will always be on time because out of nowhere, you're gonna get an answer. You're gonna get something. So that might help with the whole, like, everybody who was involved with, like, the promoters, the people who ran the venue and all that, because all of them, in my opinion, and it's just an opinion, was in on that whole thing. So that's a start. And they saying it's up to the WBA if a rematch can be ordered. So listen up, WBA. We as fans want you, the WBA, to give the title to the winner, Mikhail Fox. I know you hollering about a rematch, but he's the rightful owner of that title. We need you guys to reverse the decision, and then we can talk about a rematch. Now I'm talking like I speak for Fox, but I don't. But that's how I feel as a fan. We want you to reverse the decision, and you can do that because everybody, if you try to act like you can't do that, people then dimed you out. You can do that, but you probably don't want to. It's a slap in the face to do a rematch because, as somebody else said, uh, Maestri will always have a win on his record that he did not earn, and Fox will have a loss on his record that he did not earn. In the grand scheme of things, all of that matters. You can't play with people's lives like that. Um, Mendoza ordered a rematch with some stipulations, though. Um, there would be no champion advantage. So if a draw, the title would be vacated. So Mendoza, president of WBA, how about you vacate the title now? Why we gotta get the fight, be in the fight, and then say that after the fact? Vacate the title now. Moving forward, like basically strip it out of that dude's hand. Strip it out of his hand because he don't deserve it. That's your friend, but he don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Um, then that's what I mean. If you're gonna make it with stipulations, the rematch, you might as well just go all the way. Um, okay, what else I wrote down? Didn't make it up. Okay, and also there will be no special permits to allow an interim fight. The title will be in abeyance. Now, I told you guys yesterday that the WBA has already put out to people that they're thinking about getting rid of the interim belt in the first place, which would be good because too many people walking around confusing fans like they're like they have a title or they're a champion. And so just go back to the old fashioned way. They saying that they're gonna be doing that in the coming months or maybe the coming year. They're gonna have to, I guess, slowly progress with that. But so to any fighters who's trying to fight for the WBA, uh, don't put too much stock in that interim. because they're gonna probably be getting rid of it. It's what's gonna be left is the regular and the super. But I say all sanctioning bodies, you guys need to just have the regular belt, and then a person who can have like number one contender spot. Y'all need to get rid of all that crap. Like it's too confusing. It's too confusing. And this is why people be ducking and everything. Because some people set their goals just to get there. That's why all these fighters, Jojo Diaz, Ryan Garcia, all of these guys fighting for an interim belt, but then they don't ever want to fight the champion. That's why Devin always say they say everything, but let's fight. So get the confusion out of it. He also said he need new judges. How about that? He needs new judges. Where are you gonna get these judges? But he's saying that he wants judges who like boxing, who could really judge it properly. So he's gonna devise like a test that you gotta take online and become a judge. So I'm thinking it's a free fall. Any one of us could be a judge. If we're fans, so we like boxing. He said that was his criteria for you wanting to be a judge. But you got to take a test to see if you can be a judge. And then what if you pass that test? How do you scrutinize who you pick? To me, go back to what I said. Make all the judges do a background check. You will weed out a lot of stuff. That way you're not caught off guard with a racist prick like Gloria Rizzo is. You won't never be caught by surprise with people do like extracurricular outside of judging. Because you're not paying a whole lot. Now I do realize if you're gonna make people get clearances, um, you probably gonna have to pay them a lot. Y'all gotta prioritize what is important. Do you want fair and fights? Like do you want fair and impartial fights to go on? You want the fans to be happy. You want the fans to keep pouring their money into fights and coming to see your venues. Then you gotta make it worth our while. I'm not paying no money to go see a robbery. That's not what I call fun. You know what I'm saying? So, the WBA, y'all looking real crazy right now. Y'all not the only ones. The WBC is out here looking crazy. But how about if all of the sanctioning bodies make all their judges do a background check, even the referees do a background check? You don't have to have like the top secret, like high up there. You don't have to have those. I was gonna say something else, but I can't. What type of clearance you can get. But you don't even have to go for the top one. You can get a secret clearance, and that still requires them to do a preliminary background check, so because you want to see where the head at of your judges. You want to see how they get down. All of this could have been avoided if y'all knew she was racist. If y'all knew she was racist, would you still put her on the judging seat? If I was running things, I wouldn't. It's a simple background check. We do background checks to work at daycares. We do background checks to work at schools with K through 12 schools. You do background check. You'd be surprised what you have to do a background check for. Everybody in the military has had a background check. Everybody, even if you didn't hold a clearance, because everybody has at least a secret, right? So they not that expensive to do, and you're gonna weed out people because with that clearance, these people can what they could do is they could go and get other jobs where you need a clearance. And so they're gonna see how life is better with the clearance, a security clearance. And it don't matter if you're working for the government or private business, security clearances are done by the same people. They're done by the government. So you can't have like, oh, we had a security clearance, but it was done by Umpty Squad. No, they all are done by the same people. The same security clearance that the government workers have, and whoever did their clearance, it's the same one you'll get for a private company. And they got the money to spend to do that. This is real simple. That way you don't have to worry about somebody stepping in it or fucking up. because they will care about that clearance. They will, trust me, they will care about that clearance, and they don't want on their record that somebody had to take their clearance away. Trust me, that's how you're gonna bring some integrity back. I hope somebody from the WBA is listening and take me up on what I'm saying, because I know when you hold a clearance, you take it more seriously. You could be the worst fuck up in the world, and you're gonna take that serious because it follows you. It follows you for life, and you might be carefree now, but what you gonna be in 20 years? If I was a judge and I'm in my 30s or whatever, why would I do something to jeopardize my clearance? Because I got a lot more living to do, and I don't know how that's gonna affect me. I don't know if this is going to affect me for privileges I have or the job that I might get. You know, a security clearance can be the difference in you making 19,000 a year to you making like 35,000 or 40 or up. That's why they're gonna take it seriously, and they're gonna guard it with their life. It's gonna be something like how you guard your possessions, how you guard against your family. You know how we take that seriously? We don't let nothing happen, nothing come to mess up, anything that's personal to us that we got a lot of love for. That's how people with security clearances act. Because it's like I said, it opens doors that they have not seen. But once you get one, you will see what I'm talking about. So why don't y'all go that route? And when he says she might be expelled, what you mean might be? She should be expelled. And a hint to the wise should be sufficient to all the other all the other sanctioning bodies. Don't pick her up. Don't WBC, don't let her come work for you, or IBF or WBO. Don't let her come work for you. When you ban from one, you should be banned from all. At least all four of the belts, y'all should be in one accord with that. When you ban one of them, they ban from all of them. Kim Wells, thank you. Salute for coming in. And that's how it should be. And like I said, we want to clean up boxing. Those are the primary steps you should take. And when I was talking about the different columns I had yesterday in my video, when I was talking about throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and I list all the things that was the baby, and I list all the things that was the bathwater, all those things that was the bathwater, like cheating and all that crap. We can get rid of that, but we just have to be brave enough to take certain steps. It's a real simple fix. And when it's said and done, if you do the security clearance, if you be on one accord with the other three sanctioning bodies, whereas you can't fuck up in one area and try to come over somewhere else, these referees need to have security clearances. You know, when you do it like that, like you would probably cut out half of the problems that I list under the column of bathwater. You still gonna have people try to cheat now, but you have to do your due diligence to catch him. Just like Fox Corner caught him walking in the ring. And to all the fighters, I don't know what else they can do extra when you try to engage in cheating, because they already got rules out there, but apparently they're not working. Because some people are just brave enough to try, but you got to hit them where it hurts. My street career should be over. You old anyway. Ain't nobody tell you do Olympics all your life, but you old anyway. And so you was trying to make a come up cheating. So I don't know what dollar you think I'm gonna put in your career. I won't. You have to be on somebody's card that I really want to see. Otherwise, you get nada. We as the fans collectively said this.
We don't need no fences.
Yep.
We got us the gun line.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
Tell them about the gun line, boss. They crossed the gun line, didn't it? They crossed the gun line when they just blatantly cheated like that. And for the reason they cheated, they straight crossed the gun line. And I'm gonna tell you, I was in here when I read that article, I was in here dancing. love that DC music. I was in here cutting the jig. Serious up. I probably lost a pound. I was in here
Work
cutting
out,
the jig.
DJ.
He told him,
You
you better
gotta start.
start. He told him put his head together, get to work. You better start, make something happen. And that's what he did. That's what he did. I love go-go, y'all. Y'all gotta excuse me. I love go-go. So Gilbert, I cannot get his name right. Gilberto Mendoza, the president of the WBA. This is what we're gonna say to you going forward.
Good luck, and don't fuck it up.
In my RuPaul voice. So good luck and don't fuck this up. Stop trying to, you know, save Maestri and your compadres and your partners in crime and do the right thing. You already made a good start, so we're gonna be happy with that. Don't back up from it. Don't try to whitewash it. We're not trying to hear that. We're not trying to hear that. We want answers, or we want decisions. So wait a minute. I'm gonna move on. But that was a good start. I know it's not everything that everybody wanted, but we'll see where it goes. I will be watching closely. So, hey, Willie Beecham says I used to support Floyd as well. Me too, Willie. I still love Floyd. Did you see me yesterday with my Floyd shirt on? And look, I got my TFT hat on. I went to the Pacquiao fight. I do. I what I try to do, Willie, is I try to compartmentalize things. The older you get, you realize you got to compartmentalize things and people. So if I want to act a monkey and act a fool, I go to the monkey box and I pull whoever's in that category out and I play with them for however long, and then I put their ass back in the box. And then if I want to do this or do that, so with Floyd, he is a genius. I can't deny his talent. He did the damn thing. He actually looked at what everybody else was doing. You could tell he took a little bit from all the previous fighters and he learned on the way, but he made great decisions. But Floyd has to understand that when God gives you a gift, and he was chosen to get to where he was, but he has to understand when God gives you a gift, it doesn't mean you're gonna be special and great at everything. You great at everything boxing, but right now you looking like you suck at being a promoter. And all I say is, Floyd, you don't do anything cheap. Anything cheap. Ain't nothing cheap about Floyd. And that should include how you pay your fighters. Now, I'm willing to give Floyd a benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't know it. Maybe this was Leonard's decision. Maybe he doesn't concern himself with things of that nature because he thinking Leonard got it under control. But Leonard didn't have it under control. Or maybe you did know about it, Floyd, but the man fought under TMT. And right there, that's just taking it too far, Floyd. So I gotta hold your feet to the fire, Floyd. But as far as you being a genius in that ring and doing the damn thing and being the best ever, I will not take that back from you. It's just like R. Kelly. R. Kelly is the best singer I have ever heard, male wise, in my lifetime. He's the best singer. But ask me, do I buy his shit? No, I don't. I don't. I will never buy again nothing that he puts out because I don't condone his actions. Normally I mind my business about people's personal life, but some things transcend past your personal life because this does affect us. It affects us if I'm a fan of boxing and you're doing fighters dirty. You know what I'm saying? It does affect me if I'm buying your music, helping you to maintain power so you can do these horrible things to these young girls and men or young boys. So I can't participate in that type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you the story. We went to what was it? Malaysia. I can't even remember the country name. No, Thailand, and they got a section in their country called Boys Town or something, where you can openly see grown men with little 7 and 8 year old boys sitting on their lap, and you already know what's going down. And I was like, I'm not getting off this boat. I'm not spending $1 in Thailand because if I was running Thailand, none of that shit would exist. None of it. But you got famous people, rich people from all over the world that travel to Thailand because they can get away with shit like that. That's why I don't fuck with Thailand. Now, is everybody in Thailand like that? No. But how you let that go down, how you keep letting it go down, I can't spend a dime on Thailand. As a matter of fact, if I was ordering a pair of socks off of online and they said it was coming from Thailand, I'll cancel that. I don't give a fuck what it is. Willie Beachman said that's exactly why I stopped supporting him. Facts, facts, facts. And I understand. I can't defend the indefensible, or however you say it. I can't defend Floyd on that. Because to me, that's just atrocious. So Floyd got to get better. He got to get better. I'm hoping he can. He got enough money to get better. I'm hoping he can. You paying for somebody's funeral at the end of their life, that's cool because you did that more than once. But that's not going to negate the shit you do while we alive and here. So get better, Floyd. Um, so I'm gonna move on. The other news that I read was David Hay. Now I never watched this guy when he was fighting. He don't look like a heavyweight to me, but he's a heavyweight. And y'all, he's out of England or somewhere over there. He's a European fighter, black guy. Do y'all even care about him? I really don't. But he's coming out of retirement to fight his friend. And these guys are friends. Some guy named Joe Foreigner, and I don't know him either. You know, so uh, Eddie Hearn is not happy. He's not happy. You know why Eddie Hearn is not happy? I'll tell you, because it's a Triller fight. So next month on Triller pay per view on September 11th at 2021. And speaking of September 11th, 2021, uh, that's David Hay. I'm not really checking for you, but I'm not saying you're not a nice guy. I just really don't know nothing about you. And so that's all I can say. You got a fight coming up. Triller has a pay per view ticket at the Staples Center in LA. Now, you guys remember in one of my videos, I talked about uh, the IBF putting the pressure on Triller to make the fight between Lopez and Cambosa, and they said that the contract has to be signed by the 24th of August. Yeah, the 24th of August. The fight has to happen before or at the date of October 17th. It has to be done by that date. So if Triller has a fight coming in September, why not throw them on there? But this fight is weird because it has Oscar De La Hoya. That's right, you heard me, Oscar De La Hoya. I guess he was serious because I kept hearing about him going back to training and all this. One thing I would say about Oscar, he ain't no bitch. Oscar in his day fought. He didn't run from nothing. He just fought. He was a real fighter. And I think Oscar in this time is like tired of these bitches. He got bitches on people with too many excuses trying to play the fuck game. Ryan Garcia, I bet you he's sorry that he even put him on Golden Boy. But they scared. He's seen Canelo scared. He know Canelo scared. And he probably called their bitch ass out. And that's why they don't like him. Oscar told them about his gun line. Here you go again.
We don't need no fences.
You don't need none.
We got us the gun line.
Tell him about the gun line,
Tell
boss.
them about the gun line boss. And they crossed it with Oscar. So much so that this man coming out of retirement, he's 48 years old, y'all. He's 48 years old, and he's fighting a former UFC champion named Vitor Belfort. Don't know who that is either. 'Cause I don't watch UFC, so that's not bad. But he has an undercard of somebody named Tito Ortiz and Anderson Silver. I think they're former UFC fighters as well. And then you know about Hay versus Foreigner. Now, Oscar kind of like an exhibition. What do you call it? I can't talk today. Exhibition. He's fighting an 8 round exhibition type fight, and you know how Oscar always talks shit about Floyd. Oscar sometimes come off seeming like he wish he was Floyd, or he wish he had Floyd's success, or maybe he felt like the success that Floyd had should have been his. I don't know. He always come out sounding hating, and then turn around and do the same thing, or was going to do the same thing, but Floyd beat him to it. So um, Oscar hasn't fought since 2008 I think December 6th when he fought Pacquiao, and we all know who what happened in that fight. Pac won, and that's a while. That's a long time ago. My child was in elementary. She in her 3rd year in college now. That's a long time ago to be not fighting it, and especially with his alleged drug use and stuff that he be getting himself into. Um, ooh, I hope everybody go in the fight and come out like they went in. I do. Um, well, Triller decide to target the old folks, or the audience is the older folks who remember these fighters. And Triller, you can't be. I don't think that's good business, but it might be. But you targeting one group of people. What you probably should have did was mix it up. Put old people, put the old fighters, but then bring some new fighters. Even if they fighters we never heard, introduce let that be their first platform or something. Um, why would you just target older people or older fans? Get them all in there. That's why I say put the Camboso and Teofimo fight on there, and you'll get a lot more people. And then that way nobody has to carry the weight. Oscar can carry the weight since Teofimo seemed like he care whether something sell out or not. That takes the pressure off a lot of people because you have a bunch of old, well-known fighters, and then you put the young boys in there, and you got a nice card. I hope you listen. I hope you do that. What else I put? Yep, yep. Uh, I read that. Stop targeting stuff. Now you know who be talking shit about this damn Triller is Eddie Hearn. Now somebody got to explain to me why every time another promoter is putting on an event, Eddie Hearn has a lot to say. You would think he's the publicist of everybody and himself because he has a lot to say. He has a lot to say about this fight, this card. And the truth be known, I think Eddie Hearn is jealous. Well, I ain't gonna say I think. I feel I know he's jealous, and he always trying to shoot down or he put words into it. Cause like Triller is just offering this fight. Now we understand that the fighters who are fighting on this September 11th Triller card, they're older. They were old champions. They were well known, well received. We already know that. We don't need somebody to say old timers. This is what I'm saying. This low key hate. That's what he's doing. Is that low key hate, condescending, way that he talks, and he need to stop that. Because right then that was his ticket to roll right into what he really wanted to talk about is his card that's coming. With that, his card that's coming up later that month, maybe like the next week. I had the date. Oh, September 25th. So that's the date that Eddie Hearn Matchroom is putting on the show. But he downplays Triller's card and then upplays his card. That's old fashioned hate. We see you, Eddie. You see through. You see through in my Biggie voice. You are see through. You don't talk about old timers. Their shit might be better than yours. Look who you putting on. I don't even want to see Joshua fight. I'm bored with him. When he ducked Deontay, until he fight Deontay, I really don't care about Anthony Joshua. I don't dislike him, but I don't care because you obviously ducked. There's no way you can say that you didn't. You try to come up with a number like, you know how you don't want to do something, and he said, "Well, I'll do it, but if you can, you think of something that's way out there, that's out of reach, like make I know this person can't reach that. I have to have $50 million first, for starters, and then they give it to him, and you then find a way to back out. You really want to say?" that over there y'all get top billing over us. Like fighters make more money there. Like y'all a face of boxing. You wish. You wish. Didn't y'all learn y'all lesson in the battle of 1812? England. Didn't y'all learn y'all lesson? We had to give it to you twice, huh? Y'all are not better than America. Pretty much in nothing. And that's my American pride talking right there. But you're not. You're not Joshua and Usyk. Ooh. Who pressed to watch that? I'm not pressed to watch that shit. I can't watch a heavyweight that's scared. Joshua, you scared. You scared and you come off like that. But Eddie, in that his little interview, he managed to downplay Trilla's car and upplay his. He talked about Callum Smith or something. I want to say Caleb, but it's Callum Smith is returning since he lost to Canelo. I think they fought December last year, but I guess he's moving up. I don't even really. I know I've seen this guy, but who is he? He's. I don't want to say he ain't relevant. He's a boxer. So I ain't gonna disrespect him because I don't dislike him. I don't really know much about him. I know I've heard of him, but he's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, he's moving up to 175. So to all of y'all Colin Smith fans, he's gonna be on Joshua's undercard, fighting at 175, probably trying to save his career or squeeze out as much juice as he can from his career. And it's gonna probably be all for nothing, you know. If that's where you at this point in your boxing career, is that you're trying to just think of something to do just to save it, and something as crazy as moving up in a weight class, you must gonna be fighting a tomato can. So already the undercard is starting to look boring, or not even worth looking at. I have the zone. I did purchase it, and I remember when they first came out, and it was like, they wasn't selling as many as they wanted to, and I think I paid $19 or something like that a month. Now I know they went through some changes. They haven't changed how much I pay, but I kept it just in case. I told you, like, my whole house is set up to take boxing no matter what. No matter what channel it comes on, it's gonna take. In fact, um, I don't even have this cable channel, but boxing comes on it and it tapes it. So when I go to press play, I can't see it because I don't have the channel. But the fact that it tapes it, on my DVR. So I was like, what? But that's the only reason I keep this high as cable bill. I'm paying over $200 a month for this cable because there's so many different boxing channels, and I don't want to miss a fight. And I like the DVR technology. I love it because I don't have to be here. I don't stop my life just to see boxing. I'm not that person. That's why I can't look at football or basketball. It's not that they're not great sports. I can't keep up. Like, you really, that's too much time looking at TV, and I don't got that kind of time. So if I have something to do, even if I go out of town, I don't worry about anything because I know when I come back home and hit play, whatever boxing came on, I got it. And the fact that it comes on once a week, then they could come on different days of the week on channels like Fox or ESPN, but I tape it. You know what I hope? I hope HBO come back. I hope HBO come back and put fighters on there who want to fight. Like, the requirement to get on HBO, the best got to fight the best, no hands down. Everybody on VADA test. Like, it's got to be a squeaky clean operation over there. And then just, you don't have to pay them a whole lot of money, but you still gonna make a lot of money. I hope HBO come back. You know, Floyd is retired now. There's a lot of fighters out there that you can showcase. You could showcase the lesser known fighters while Showtime do the well known fighters. You can do that. It still will be a good fight. If a good fight is a good fight. So HBO, y'all wake up over there. Run that shit back. Run it back. Because you got fans out here. We want to see boxing, you know, from everybody. You know, we want as many boxing shows or as many boxing fights to be on TV. And HBO, you guys can do it. Y'all already set up where you can do your pay-per-views. You already set up where you can, you can just roll into there. I don't know all the details of why you gave it up. I hear that it had somewhat to do with Floyd and them and how y'all was just losing money. Just bad business decisions on y'all part, but y'all can correct that now. Because I have HBO too, but I get HBO just for like the Bill Maher show. I ain't gonna lie, that's really why I got HBO. And Showtime, I got it for the boxing. I got it for that TV show. I don't know if anybody look at The Shy. I ain't want to like that show. I love that goddamn show. I used to watch Shameless too, and then Curb Your Enthusiasm whenever that comes on, But that's why I keep Showtime, but in the whole package because I don't watch ESPN unless they have a fight. So HBO, run it back. Um, like I said, Eddie Hearn is a hater, and I think he's threatened by other people. He's almost like a spoiled little. Uh, I was going to say something. He's a spoiled ass. That's what he is. He's just a spoiled little boy that think he's supposed to be on top, you know, because he do too much hate. He hates all the time, and it's irritating. You have nothing to do with the Triller card, but you got to comment on it. And you don't have nothing to say good. You try to act like you're doing it, but you low key be throwing shots at people. You think you clever and you very condescending. And everybody, most people can pick that up. I pick it up. But ain't nobody ask you about the Triller card. Don't nobody need to be talking to you about what Triller is doing for their business. You ain't got nothing to do with that. Stay in your lane, Eddie. Now, word on the street is that Triller is the type of company that'll pay you. So I think it's a pattern of anybody like who probably get into boxing. In the beginning of any business period, everything be lovely, it's fancy, it's nice, it's good. It's to make people jump on the bandwagon. But I cannot guarantee that it will always be like that. Because I'm looking at the zone, like when the zone first hit, people was running over there to make that money. Look at Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer does more than just boxing. He's into real estate now. Um, he has his girlfriend. They probably married by now, but he's doing good for himself. He was never gonna get that kind of shine or money at PBC because he was an overlooked person, and I guess they felt like he's not marketable. So if PBC is overlooking you, or whoever or top rank is overlooking you because they don't feel you have the face or the look to sell, whatever, then run over to the zone. And that's what he did. And Tevin Farmer is rich. So he's good. He's real good. And, he caught the wave just in time. Look at Canelo, overpriced. He's an overpaid fighter. He overpriced everything and he's overpaid. So when he be talking about you just want a payday, motherfucker, isn't that what you wanted? And then you got it, and now you ducking. Now I don't get that. You want a payday? It's called prize fighting. Every fucking body want a payday, but don't nobody. The fans, we're paying you. We paying to come. We go to your venues. We like I just explained about my high ass direct TV bill. I'm paying Canelo payday. I'm paying, but you not doing what I want. I'm doing what you want, but you not doing what I want. And as I say, you got to take the fans have to be considered in some of these decisions that these big wigs make. And y'all, and if we apply pressure, look what has happened thus far. The WBA is looking for new judges. You can go online and take the class to become a judge. I say WBA, you better add that security background check on them so you don't be surprised because you ain't gonna be able to explain this shit again. Now we done already had the thing with Oscar and them racist emails You would think that people would be ready. What kind of business acumen do you have? How did y'all learn how to run your business? You don't want people on your team that's gonna spoil the product. That's what you don't want. And now this goes out to top ranking everybody. Y'all better do a background check on some of these people. Because if they have any kind of authority or power to cast judgments or make decisions in regards to fighters that they don't like because of the color of their skin, we as the fan, we are not going to accept that shit. We can't. This 2021, that should never fucking happen. And we're not accepting it. It really upsets me. I try to stay calm because I know nothing good happens overnight. And I know that justice is very slow. It should be blind, but it's very slow. So I have to be patient. I have to tell myself, be patient. Even though I want the answers and decisions yesterday, I want them, but I need to be patient. And did anybody hear anything about the meeting or how it went? Because I haven't heard nothing. I was looking between Gilberto Mendoza and that Gloria Rizzo chick because they met today, but I didn't know what time. So I'm just saying, y'all can get it together. I mean, but the fans, we just saw how powerful we are. Because look what they're doing now. Okay, so wait a minute. Um, as the old saying said, a hint to the wise should be sufficient. A hint to the wise should be sufficient. So the mistakes that people make, you're supposed to look at. This what makes Floyd so great. I know he had to look at mistakes that other people made, pitfalls that they fell into, and Floyd decided, I'm not going in there. I'm not falling in that pit. I'm not making those mistakes. This is how anybody who's running a business should be thinking. WBC, before it happens to you, you should be scrubbing everybody that work for you. IBF, you should be scrubbing everybody who work for you. And when I say scrub, go on and do that background check. Go on and look into things because you don't want to be caught by surprise neither. This ain't the first time that somebody cheated a fighter out because of the race of this, or the color of their skin. It's not the first time. It won't be the last. But if you have any of these type of trolls on your payroll, you better scrub. You better look into it. You better look to see. Oscar too. You should have learned your lesson from the emails. You know. And fighters, if Triller is paying you, but the PBC won't, or Top Rank won't, or the Zone won't, but Triller is, go on and get your money. Put on a good fight because all that's going to do is create an opportunity and an opening for you to do better somewhere else. That's all it's going to do. So take that opportunity so that you can have leverage going further when you're talking about your business and contracts that you're going to be entering in. Because once you get paid a certain amount, it's hard for somebody to downgrade you. You can't get paid $3 million and then you sign with somebody else. You do another fight for somebody else, and they want to pay you $500,000 because you have leverage. You can be like, wait a minute, I done had 2 fights for $3 million. How is you paying me 500,000? How are you doing that? Where did that come from? That's why I say take your opportunities while you can, because they're trying to break into the business, and they need some fighters. They need some people to represent. They need to show the world what they can do and what they're willing to do. And that shit ain't gonna last forever. Trust me. Because the almighty dollar, don't nobody like giving it away. Everybody like to make it, but they don't like giving it away. But you gotta spend money to make money. And you hear people say that about betting. You gotta spend money to make money. And that's what they're doing. They're in the process now of having to spend money to make money. So this should be the cue that you be like, let me go get with Triller for a little bit. Don't sign my life away, but let me go get with them so I can make some of this bread. so that when the fuck get put to you when you go back to top rank or you have to deal with Golden Boy or whoever, then you already at least okay. You at least okay and financially stable so you can sit back and make a better decision, a decision you want to make. So I'm just saying, think on your feet. Keep your head on the swivel. So, okay, I'm gonna move on from that, and I want to talk about the Olympics. Okay, personally, I have not looked at the Olympics. When that Sha'Carri Richardson thing happened, I wasn't in the mood. Shout outs to everybody who went, everybody who participated in any sport for the home team, United States of America. Shout outs to y'all. Shout outs to y'all. We love you and all that. I'm a fan of y'all's too, all of you. Even if it was like horseback riding or what's that, fencing. I don't I don't watch those things. But you represented Team USA, so shout out to you. And I hope everybody come back home safe. Some of you have already came back home. But definitely shout out to Simone Biles for handling everything with grace and being the sport athlete that you are. Shout out to you and your whole team. So, but at the Olympics, we had five female boxers competing for the first time. So I'm assuming that before the previous Olympics, you didn't have that many female boxers to be, competing. We know that Clarissa Shields, one of the all-time greats, what she called herself the GOAT. This girl's record, if you read her record, you should slap $30 million down in her checking account just by reading her record. Um, Shout out to you, Clarissa. I am a big fan. And I understand, girl, you do your thing. You got much support from me. But she, of course, gave a shout out and she reaches back to amateur fighters and all that. She's a good sport person. She's a good representation of the sport. And they, like I said, they had five new females or five female boxing boxers from the United States competing for the first time. And that's rare. But hey, that's progress. And I don't care what nobody say. Some of that progress is due to Clarissa Shields. Because if she never medaled or never won or didn't come back home and do what she did, you think women would want to go over there and box? Apparently, we've had a deficit of that for years and years and years. And now she is who she is, well known and everything. And we got women saying, you know what, I could do that too. So shout out to Clarissa for being an inspiration as well. And three silver medals and one bronze. And the welterweight, the bronze was won in the welterweight division from a female. So shout out to you, sis, for doing your thing. So I'm gonna name them just to give them recognition because we love boxing over here. And you guys went over there and did your thing, whether you medaled or not. Congratulations to all of you. So O'Shea Jones from Toledo, Ohio, she won the bronze medal in the welterweight division. Congratulations to you, champ. Salute. Duke Ragan, he's won the featherweight. Congratulations to you, champ. Salute. Keyshawn Davis, he won in lightweight. Congratulations to you. Salute. Uh, California's own Richard Torres Jr. He was a super heavyweight, and he won all three of the guys that I just mentioned: Duke, Ragon, Keyshawn Davis, and Richard Torres Jr. They all medaled with the silver. Congratulations to you guys, champs. Salute. Congratulations for being on Team USA and making us look good. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Um, this Olympics also saw an introduction to two women weight divisions, which were the bantamweight, 119 pounds, and the welterweight, 152 pounds. That's progress, y'all. That's progress. So shout out to all the competitors in the Olympics all over the world, Team USA especially, but all over to the world. And I hope you guys, you know, got through it safely. I hope things were fair over there. I didn't watch it. Again, I have my reasons. My love kind of fell out when Shakari did, so you know, everybody had talked about Shakari. If you don't know what happened to her, she was smoking a little weed a little bit before before she did her Olympic trials, and she tested positive. But she took it like a grown woman. She owned up to her thing, her decision to do that, and we talked about it way too much on these platforms. But shout out to Shakari, and we will see you in 4 years. I hope. But when it happened, I just didn't want to watch. I didn't even watch track and field, and I live for that shit in the Olympics. But anywho, all in all, today was a good day. Oh, I got some more to talk about. Hold on. I thought I was finished. I write my notes down just so I can stay focused. But so Errol Spence has had his surgery and is expected to make a full recovery. So everybody who know that Errol Spence had to pull out the fight, it was for a good reason. He had a detached retina, not a detached. Let me say that correctly. He had a torn retina. There's a difference. There's a difference between a detached and a torn. So he is expected to make a full recovery. I don't know what I'm not gonna speculate into the difference. I know what I think it is, and it's what I think it is when the difference between torn and detached might be true. I don't know. But because I didn't read up on what the difference is, I'm not gonna say anything. But I did read that the normal time of healing for somebody who had a torn retina is like at a minimum 2 weeks, at a maximum 4 weeks. But me personally, every time I get something done, whatever the doctor say, the time it takes to heal, I just double it just to be sure, just to be on the safe side. Um, so I don't know what Earl is gonna do. I know he's a proud man, and he's probably gonna, as soon as he get the green light, he's gonna try to be back in the swing of things. But Earl, go ahead and you take your time and you rest. You don't have to prove nothing to us because we as fans already know you the truth. That's why you got that name, the truth. We know you the truth, and we know you didn't duck or anything like that. And everybody who's saying that, they need to have several seats and stop hating. Um, Now, again, I will clarify again. He showed up to the fight. He showed up to the fight, and he was going through his pre-medical screening. This is where it got caught. The torn retina. It's not like he was sitting at home and he called anybody. He showed up to the fight, and he probably didn't even. He I don't know if he knew or not. I don't know, but if you was going through the pre-medical screening, you must have thought that you was good to go. And they said, no, you're not good to go. So he tried to get a second and third opinion. I mentioned this on my previous video, my previous live. So he got his second and third opinion. And wouldn't you know it, he found out this shit Monday, and by Wednesday, he got the surgery. So he's in recovery phase right now. Now I did say I don't know if I don't think Pacquiao really wanted to fight him, but Pacquiao, as they say, is running for president. He needed something big boost. Less than, I don't know if he felt like that would have made him look, weak or something. I don't know. But I don't think he really wanted to fight Earl, and I think Earl was gonna kill his ass in that ring. I think what Marquez did to Pacquiao when he knocked his ass that wasn't going to be nothing compared to what Earl was going to do. If Earl was to hit Pacquiao like Marquez did, I don't think Pacquiao would have woke up from that. I think he would have retired right then and there. So to all y'all people running around talking about this and talking about that, about the fight like somebody ducked, nobody ducked. Fabian Maidana, who was supposed to fight Ugas, he got injured. They found out. It seemed like they said they found out Monday, but it also seemed like he already had pulled out the fight before that. So it would have been Ugas and Pacquiao. But this is why they always tell you to stay ready, just like what happened to Mikael Fox. He stayed ready at all times, and that's why he came in on short notice. How you have 9 days to get ready for a fight? But when you stay in that gym and you stay focused and you stay ready, you can do that. So even though I love Bud and I would have loved for him to step on in and fought Pacquiao, Bud apparently was not ready. Missed opportunity is what I'm gonna call it. You caused yourself to miss an opportunity. I don't know if you could have, because it's a who got that fight? I don't know. It's a lot of promoters on that fight. I don't know if you could have squeezed in there or not. Could have said, "Hey, can I be an alternate?" I don't know how that works, but I'm just saying I know you probably wasn't ready. Now, Bud always exercised, but was he fighting ready? You can't just be, "Oh, I always exercise and I keep up," and go in there with Earl. Not him, or not Pacquiao, or not Floyd. There's certain people you just can't do that with. Not Sean, not even Keith, not Danny. These people you can't just walk in half-ass ready. You gotta really be ready. So uh, if Terrence wasn't working out like that, then he wouldn't have been ready. But again, I'm just saying this to all fighters or anybody who's out there trying to be in that game. You want to stay ready, especially if you're new to the game. You want to stay ready because you never know when your opportunity is going to come, and you got to be ready to take. You know, but shout outs to everybody on that card. I hope you guys do well. Um, I'm personally not gonna buy the fight. Earl was the one that was making me buy the fight. I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna buy the fight because Earl, plain and simple. But I'm gonna save my money because I don't know what's happening next month. I don't think I'm gonna buy the Triller fight neither. But it's not because of nothing negative. It's like I told you, I spend money on boxing all the time, and I'd rather save my money for a fight I really, really, really want to see. I am gonna look at Oscar and them fight, after it's aired and it replays or something. I will look at it. And shout outs to all those guys. Fuck Eddie Hearn for calling y'all old timers. At least y'all got the balls to get out there and try and do it. So shout outs to y'all. I hope y'all make it through that ordeal and come out safe and healthy on the other side. So, good luck to Triller. If Triller depending on how much the tickets cost. If the ticket's like $29 or 30, I'll buy it. Now that I'll do. I'll do that. But if it's like a regular price that you pay for boxing, no, I'm not. I'm not doing that. So with the Earl Spence thing, y'all stop saying he ducked. 'Cause y'all just pissing people off, and maybe that's the point. That maybe that's what y'all want to do. And Earl, your health mean more to us as fans. I can definitely say for myself, but I believe I can speak for all the fans out there. Your health means more to us than the boxing, because if you are not healthy, then we can't get your best, and we always want to see you at your best, and we always want to see you fight the best. So take as much time. For me personally, I'll speak for myself. If we don't see you next year, I ain't worried about it. You already showed us who you are. You already showed us who you are, and you're a human being, just like all of us. So get healthy, take your time, because eyesight is important. You have three beautiful kids. You want to see them grow up with your own eyes. You don't want to imagine stuff. So, anywho, that's all I have for today. Thank you for everybody who came in and blessed my channel. Um, and hopefully I keep getting better and better and better. I'm new to this, but I'm gonna stick my neck out here and try. When you know better, you do better. So that's all the time I have for y'all today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.